And we are back with another episode with your boy, Jerry XD, and this is Make It Make Sense with Jerry XD and friends. This is one of the few times that we've tried to record something, but yet again, we've had a lot of fails, right? But we're still learning, obviously, whether we're recording video, whether we're just recording audio. But with that said, I would like to introduce two beloved people in my life, and that I also consider them very close in my life. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi guys, my name is Johnny, and I think I can consider myself close to you because we're brothers. We share the same cojones. Well, we didn't. Actually, we were in the same ball sack. We don't share the same cojones. Go ahead. No. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks for inviting me. And eventually, I expect you to have my own personal microphone. And yeah, thank you very much. Hey, what's your name?
Out.
I guess I'm the tag along. Like,
You're Elena, yeah.
Would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself. How
Okay.
old you are, your sign, your beliefs, your likes and dislikes.
I have a dream. Como una persona una vez. Hi.
Well, that's a lot. That's a lot to take in. Now, with that said, before we do start, right, one thing that I'm gonna mention is that currently speaking, we are doing this through YouTube, right? We would like to do this through Spotify, maybe Apple, who knows, right, or iTunes, whatever it's called. I don't even know nowadays. But for now, it'll do, right? This, like I said, we've done this multiple times, whether it's been with Johnny, with his girlfriend Elena, whether it's been with my best friend, whether it's been with my cousin, Antonio, 69, and we've been talking about a lot of things, whether it's love, breakup, ghost stories, conspiracy theories, religion, politics. And talking about religion, that's one of the topics that we're going to be choosing today, or at least for now, right? We might get sidetracked, and that's fine. At this point, make it make sense. Anything goes. I'm sure that there's going to be certain topics that for one of us it makes sense, and it won't make sense for all of us. But at that point, we'll try to describe exactly how we see things. Now, with that said, yesterday we had quite of a conversation with the whole family, right? Um, as you guys may not know, we have a big family, right? We live.
Well, actually, it's not that big. I mean,
It's decent
we're
size.
we're six. I mean, I don't know. I think that's an average amount of family members.
And that's just immediate family, y'all. That's just the parents and the siblings. Not no aunts and uncles. This is just a straight immediate family.
We're two parents, three siblings, and one girlfriend, right? And we have one dog too. His name is Cooper. He's a beagle. He's 9 years old. He's from April 2016. So I don't know what sign is that. But
Aries,
yes,
I think.
I have no clue.
Some traits of Aries.
All right, I'm pretty sure.
Fire
Um,
sign.
Now with that said, right? Yesterday,
I have so
yeah.
many questions about religion. One of the questions that I have is, what makes a person religious? What can you what can you say about religion when you are talking about someone being a religious person? Can someone that doesn't go to church and um just I don't know feel the faithful religion in heart can be considered to be religious? Can a person that believe in God but doesn't respect the the rules of the religion be considered to be religious? Because that's, I mean, what makes a person be religious? What can you say? Hey, I'm religious, and I am 100% religious, and I'm more religious than you are. What makes a person religious?
The question here would be, what is religion?
I
Or
don't
what
think so.
is a religion? Right? Because you also gotta understand that the characteristics from a religion itself, which is your belief towards something, right? You worship that something,
Yeah,
right?
but I think that's a little bit too deep.
You follow its beliefs, all right? Its rules, okay? I feel like at this point, everyone is religious, but towards at their own pace and towards their own thing. It doesn't have to be Christianity. It doesn't have to be Satanism. Like whatever you believe could be your own religion. Doesn't, like I said, not necessarily has to be Christian, right?
I
I
agree.
I can believe in a rock, and that could be my own religion, right?
I can believe that I want to go to sleep, and that is my genuine. And I do that religiously.
Well, not right now. You still have like 4 hours to go. But again, religious. Re- I'm sorry, but you have to work. Okay,
You
so
have to work.
well, we're working right now, right? This is what the work that I'm talking about, right? Okay. So tell us, Jerry, what happened? What has been happening to your religious life? Are you religious? Can you consider yourself religious?
I'm ultra religious. I believe that I want to believe. Isn't that a belief?
How long do you want this podcast to last?
Not 4 hours. There's the 4 minutes.
No, no, es que lo que yo pienso es de que la religión es something very, like, very, I don't want to say, like, demanding, but it's something that you have to respect. And there's a lot of beliefs in everywhere around the world. And if someone doesn't is not religious, is not religious. But again, are you religious?
No.
Okay, so if you're not religious, tell us about your experience about the latest experience you had in that that has to be about religion.
Well, yesterday, as how we had this whole conversation about the electricity because it's during the summer. Currently speaking, we are using a lot of AC. And yesterday we had a discussion with everyone in the family about why our electricity bill has come out up to 700 and something dollars. Currently speaking, like I said, we are from NYC, so the electricity definitely is going to be up the roof. And normally it's not that high, at least during the whole year. Obviously, because we are using a lot of AC during the summer, we are gonna see a spike in our electricity bill. But other than that, yesterday we had a talk about my parents wanting myself to be religious, to get closer to God, or to even get close to God, to be like, damn, let me touch you. Um, and because I really don't believe in that, I am more of a neutral type of guy. Um, Yesterday, my mother ended up telling me about a certain dream that she had, which was a dark energy, apparently making fun of her,
First of all, we
claiming
are Mexican. We are
claiming that
very superstitious.
Very super. We come from a obviously Mexican background. If you know anything about Mexican cultures, traditions, beliefs, there's something called La Virgen de Guadalupe, Santa Muerte, like, and other things, other
Well,
spirits,
there's a
like
lot of saints that we
other
believe.
saints that are very known. So I feel like it was, even if we don't believe it, we somehow had to we had that integrated in our lives because of our parents or because of the people, our family members. You cannot be religious, but you know about superstitions, you know about stories, you know about beliefs, you know about this. And whether you want to or
Like,
not to follow, then that's your choice. But ultimately, religion, either it's inserted in you or not, you know some knowledge of religion,
Hmm.
you grew
and
up as
that's
a
it.
Catholic.
We
Being
all grew as
being
a
being
Catholic,
a
yes.
I
Mexican
wouldn't say
in a
that.
Mexican family, you grew up as a Catholic. Whether you like it or not, you were being
You
forced as
were
a kid
because
to go to
I mean,
church.
if your family follow a religion, you don't have like you don't have conscious uh to choose a religion.
Well, I
You're
don't
You're
think
raised,
that's I don't
forced.
think that's true for you guys. For me, I grew up Catholic. For
especially
you
you. You
guys,
have
no.
everything. Now, yes, I tell you yes because
We used to go to
we
church.
we
Not
we
often.
we used to, but again, what makes a person
Anybody can go to
religious?
church, but I feel like if you really came from a religious background
I'm
and
not
you're
saying
saying,
religious.
No, no, no.
What I said was Catholic.
oh, well,
We
yes,
were raised
Catholic.
Catholic. We were raised Catholic, not religious, but we were raised Catholic, which means
Catholics and Christians are totally two
adoras
different
a un
things.
santo como la
So
Virgen y
religious,
X
when I say
santo.
religious, is Christianity.
I
No, no,
would
no.
no,
Religious
but
is
like the
it's
way
any
I wouldn't
type
say
of
that you.
religion.
I wouldn't say that there's
You're
different
religious
levels.
maybe until a certain point, porque tú tienes la confirmación, tú tienes
Confirmation,
la primer comunión. Nosotros no
first
tenemos nada de
communion.
eso.
And then I'm
So
adding to your point.
you are more religious in a say because you have all of that. We don't have none of that. So you were raised
You,
Catholic.
You
We
you
literally
all
just
raised
said what I
Catholic.
said.
no different.
What I'm saying is that we all raised Catholic, and your
I want to say that there's some levels of being a Catholic,
that's what I'm
right?
saying. What makes a
Yes.
person religious?
It's like you don't even when it comes to being a Catholic, you don't have to go to church every Sunday,
That's what I think
Saturday
either. That's what I think that you
to
don't need
be
to religious.
religious.
You don't need to
It's
go
like
to church.
what's that religion that you have to like pray? It doesn't matter like where you are.
Must,
But we don't have that much of that.
Okay.
But
but
what
it's a
it
Middle
is that
Eastern. It's a Middle
Yes.
Eastern.
So they pray wherever they are. Just
Then
because
they
they
have
don't,
to. There's
just
no
because they're not at a
negotiating. You
temple
will,
doesn't mean that
or Buddhism.
they're not their religion. So it's the same thing with the Catholics. Just because you don't go to the the church every week,
Sunday.
every Sunday, doesn't mean that you're not a Catholic.
But we were all raised Catholic because you don't just pray to Christ, or you just know that Christ is the Son of God. So Catholic is someone that believes in a lot of saints, in a lot of santos, a lot of little not little of saints that in a part could contribute in the history of religion. So yeah, going to the point of your story. So yesterday we were discussing about the electric bill. Then religious came up. You know, my mom is very religious and she's very close to God, and she always tells us that she wanted uh, to us to be more closer to God. Um, at home we have so different levels of religious. My mom has to be the highest. I consider myself a person that has a special bond with God because, again, I feel that you don't need to go to church to have a conversation with God. You can just open the conversation anytime and any day you want. You don't need to know how to pray because I don't know how to pray, but I still feel that I have a conversation, I have a relationship with God, even though I don't go to church every Sunday.
you when you talk to when you pray to yourself, right, or by yourself, and when you're talking to God, do you feel like He answers? Do you feel that He listens to whatever you have to say?
Honestly, I feel that he does.
How so?
I feel that he does because I feel that once you start a communication with God, it's a feeling. Because I feel that God is not like a person to say. I feel that God is a
Feeling.
way of feeling. It's a vibe.
He's hip.
It's something that makes you feel at ease, at peace. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Again, I want to believe that again it's a person and that God created Christ and all of this, right? But we wouldn't know until we pass to the better life, or I don't know. We would ever know that. But again, um, when I need God, it's always there, and it's a conversation. It's a relationship that you have with this feeling that it puts me at ease. And of course, sometimes you know my anxiety. I need a drug, a pill to make me feel a little better. But yeah, I mean, having God, it's always a good thing for me, at least.
So, for those that know me, um, I'm not a religious person. I'm not an atheist person, right? But one thing for sure is that I do believe there's just a slight way that I'm gonna describe this, but I do believe that there are demons. I do believe that there are ghosts. I do believe that there are spirits, but I don't worship them. That's a whole different story. People do think that I worship them when I bring this up, right? No, it's a whole totally thing, right? But I know that when you bring up that if you believe in demons and in ghosts, then you must believe in God, right? So at that aspect, I don't cross that boundary. I don't cross that line, right? Yes, I'm into the darker things and the darker aspects of things, right? But those that know me, I deal with certain things around uh, myself, whether it's ghost or dark spirits or some type of energy, some type of dark energy that I normally feel. And normally that's when I stop playing horror games, or that's when I'm playing horror games, right? So the thing that happened the other day was that we were talking about religion, the same thing as always, right? And out of nowhere, my mom comes at me and telling me that I should get closer to God, and that she feels that the reason why is because she feels that I'm more lost than everyone else in this family
Well,
household.
again, emphasis at we have a Mexican religious mother, which, you know, she, she thinks that all this horror thing, it's cosa del malo.
Yeah.
But you
So
know what? I honestly do believe that in a way, yes, that like what she says is true. Because you've seen, I'm pretty sure, other ladies that are very religious, like down the street. You could be down the street, and I'm pretty sure you guys have heard when we walk around 74th or Jackson Heights, you're gonna have that religious woman with a rosary on her hand, just going up to you, just talking about, hey, this, and that, and they kind of look crazy. Normally, those women are like angry, or they, instead of like describing like that it's a good thing, like they are describing it like if it was a bad thing. I don't know, like I like when she was talking about it yesterday, I was just like, oh, okay. Well, I feel like it's for sure she's right in certain aspects. Like I don't know, like I feel like she is like a recipient
I
of
mean, I feel
God.
that
That she's not coming off of like, you know what I mean? Like that woman that is just like she's just always like, yo, go to God, like kind of like a demanding form. She's like more, your mom is nurturing, she's
she's a
caring.
traditional Mexican mother. how she believes in God, she believes in all of this good vibes, and when she sees that her son likes horror stuff, her son likes to put action figures of the
or
monsters of the
play Metallica
movies and
music or
all
Kiss
of this,
music.
well, she thinks that he should go and be closer to God. But again, everybody has an opinion, everybody has his mode.
Like don't get me wrong, like I'm not a satanic worshiper. I'm not here like worshiping anything, right? But yeah, like I said, I mean, I like horror stuff. Don't get me wrong, when it comes to like the horror characters, I'm okay with it. But when it comes to like the ghosts and demons, that's where I kind of draw the line, because when it comes to like that spirit realm, like it triggers my anxiety, right? Not only that, but I'm okay watching it at home. I'm not okay at watching it in the movie theaters because of the loud noises that triggers my anxiety for some stupid reason. I don't know why.
Talking about loud noises, you know that's a symptom of what is it called?
Down syndrome,
This no, well, this
autism.
autism. Autism.
Well, it could be. I mean,
People with
when I'm here,
autism, loud noises
when I'm
are like,
here, I'm okay with loud noises. Sometimes I do get frustrated if I'm going through a lot of things and I have like loud music playing. But when it comes to the movie theater, I don't know why, but it's just like being in a dark room with like the speakers just like
Well, be-
blasting.
because I feel like it's also because the amount of horror stuff that you see. It's the jump scares, the anticipation of it, the wide open space of the movie theater, of other people that you don't know around you. Like it's all of that. It's like if you were walking into your own horror movie. You go
A
into a
room of
big ass
anxiety.
room with random people that you don't know. Some sitting in front of you, some sitting behind you. Lights are off.
It's like
Loud ass noises.
it's like, does something give you anxiety that you see in a movie theater, right? Or in yeah, in the movie theater, while you're in a seat and while that's showing, like it triggers your anxiety, and because you can't get up because you're in the middle of the room with
Yeah,
people
that's what I
side to
said. Yeah.
side.
It sounds like you're entering into your own horror movie again because in a way you're in a vulnerable state, right? Like
That's what it is.
you're sitting down, you're basically watching a movie, but then if you get up, you feel like you're disturbing the people around you. If you say something, you're disturbing the people around you. You have your phone out, you're disturbing the people around you. Like you can't freely do the things that you normally would do in your room because you have to consider with a bunch of people that are around you, and you don't know what these type of people are around you. For all you know, you can do something, and I feel like that the uncertainty of being vulnerable in that big area is what gets you triggered. And then adding also to the jump scares, I feel like that also has to
You know,
something to say or do about it.
what do you do? What do you do when like you're on the top peak of like your anxiety? When you're in a place where you
it's
can't control.
it's nothing.
Okay, relate.
You can't do much porque you are enclosed into one place, and you either write it or write it because it's very difficult if you don't want to disturb anybody or nobody, and you want to make it seem like everything is okay, and you're like, fuck, I'm stuck, and you have to write it, and eventually it's gonna pass. But at that moment, you feel you're gonna die, and I have experienced that before. With her, we've been to movies, and again, I have breathing problems, and if I see a movie that is about being under the water or being able not to
Or if you're getting
breathe or anything like that,
suffocated.
suffocate, I'll start getting anxious. I'll start getting like a anxiety attack, and I have to keep reminding myself breathe deeply and all of this. And there's a lot of techniques that you do to dissociate
Disassociate.
dissociate yourself from the situation, which some of them work for me and some of them don't. Um, what I seen that works for me, it's like the shock thing, like maybe a slap or maybe a pinch or maybe cold water, um, like shock therapy. That's good for me. At least that's what it works for me. That time that happened, which was maybe a few months ago, I was between like we were sitting in the middle of the row. We were watching Lilo and Stitch, and there was this scene where
So sad.
Stitch goes inside the
Spoiler alert if you haven't watched it yet.
where Stitch
It's
is
been like a more
underwater,
than a month.
where Stitch is under the water and they try to rescue him, and I'm like, fuck, I I. I I think I'm going to have a anxiety attack, and I was having it, and I was kept reminding myself like try to think, and I'm not in the water, I'm not in the water, I'm not in the water, but I was writing that shit, and you have to finish, you have to think that you're not there, and there's a lot of techniques, but eventually, I learned to cope with it, but again, now and then I get anxiety attacks, and it's always difficult.
It's worse if you watch that movie and go through your anxiety in a 4DX movie.
See, this is why you never go to 40X. I wouldn't ever want him to go to 40X.
The last time that I went to the movie theaters, right, I ended up going to watch Avatar: The Way of Water, right, and I watched it in 4DX, and there were several scenes where like they're flying, and you feel like the seat's going start vibrating and everything, and then like at some point
I
there's where
think if
like,
I was good in my back, I would gone see those.
but you already got your injections though,
I mean, I think I
so
can go,
feel like now you can.
but back to the story.
But yes, going back to the story, yes, there you go. Make it make sense. Tell me how. Um,
My mom was talking about you about
yes,
religion. She
my
wants you
my
to be
my
closer.
my mom, she ended up telling me about some dream that she had, which was she saw like this dark energy, right, making fun of her because apparently it's this dark energy had me, as in like it took over my body in a way, right, making fun of her and telling her like, oh, I have your kid, right. And and keep in mind that throughout the whole time I was in the living room, right. We were in the living room, we were talking and everything, and I'm like, okay,
Did,
normally,
did she tell you why? Or when she had that dream?
yes,
After? Like,
no, but
after what?
I already I knew,
Okay.
I knew. And this situation, it well, during this occurred when I was getting some shots. There were like these Mexican vitamin shots where
For
like, the only
BBL, guys.
my my parents were taking, and because I deal with social anxiety, right? There's a specific reason with the social anxiety thing. I didn't want to meet someone new, all right, because that was already going to give me anxiety, and then knowing the fact that getting a shot was also going to give me even more anxiety. So I was like, you know what? Let me reduce the anxiety levels, and let's just have my mom give us that shot or give me the shot. And I had a have the courage, because it's been a while since my mom given us a shot. Apparently she did, at least at some point when we were kids. That happened, and during those moments I don't really say much. I just listen to whatever she has to say. And obviously, right, I'm not gonna contradict her with her stuff and her beliefs. So I ended up just listening to her. At some point, after this whole conversation about someone that we knew had also passed away too, um I ended up going back to my room. And keep in mind that in my room, I've already had sensed a dark energy, right? And I'm already used to it, because I'm like, it's whatever. As long as I don't pay attention to it, it's whatever. As long as it doesn't harm me in any way, shape, or form, I don't care.
Is this what he called you for?
Yes. And so that day, I
What,
had
yesterday?
moved. Yes, I had seen move several things in my visual. I had a toy here. I had a fork there, and I had something else. I don't fucking remember. And I was here, and I was on my phone and I see the toy moved. It moved my mouse, and then I saw a fork there. And then just going, I'm like, whatever. And I just and it's crazy because I've seen it and I don't pay attention to it, or I don't give it like the energy of the day, because I know that if I start to think about it, if I start pointing it out, then I feel that it gives it power, something that you don't want to give power to when you don't know exactly what you're dealing with. And so what happened yesterday is that after this whole talk, I ended up coming to my room, and right away I'm like, why does the energy sound feel so different? When I left my room, it felt dark, but I
When you
came
left
back.
your room
Yes, when I left my room,
before the conversation.
yes, because that was when I was headed towards the bathroom, and then from the bathroom, you pulled out talking about the trip, and then the whole thing with my dad, right? The the electricity bill, and then from the bill, it went from the religious talk, right? I come back, and I sensed that the energy had dramatically changed in my room. What do I mean by that? It went from dark to peaceful. Yeah, extremely peaceful. Like if someone had turned on my light fully. Like it felt lighter, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? What what the fuck is this? And I felt so disturbed because I'm not used to that. I already got used to the heavy feeling. And then out of nowhere, low volume, I start to hear like soothing music. Like if it was like classical but soothing.
Frank
Soothing,
Sinatra,
soothing. No, no, no. Like classical music. Not like classic rock
like
or anything.
Beethoven,
In a way, but with piano. With
Hans Zimmer,
with what's it
Alan
called?
Menken.
Arpeggio and stuff like that, right? You would think like if you died and you go to heaven, that's the type of
Oh
music
my
that you would
God, what the
listen to,
hell?
right? That you would hear,
Okay.
right? So I come in, I open the door, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why does it feel so light? And that's disturbing. And so
Hallelujah.
I'm like, is that music coming from my tablet? And I turn on my tablet, I'm like, no. And I'm like, I check my phone, and I'm like, is it coming from my phone? I'm like, wait, but I'm using my phone. And I start walking from the entrance of my room all the way here, and I'm like, where is it playing from? The only thing that can play music in this side, right, are my speakers. I press I think the space bar on my keyboard, turns on my monitor. Tell me how it was playing some religious music. Tell me how. Yeah, I leave my YouTube on autoplay, but I've never clicked on any spiritual religious videos, especially lives.
Uh huh.
Okay,
It was live.
it was live. Not only that, but it wasn't high. It was low. Like if it was like, I don't want you to know that it's playing, but it's there, right? So I'm like, okay, what the fuck? And I read it because it was YouTube was open, and I read the caption, and it said something about, if you ask for me, you will see that I'm there and that I'm listening. It was some
I was saying
religious
something on my head.
quote. Was some
But your
religious
mom
quote.
said that yesterday.
Exactly.
You
So I'm like, what?
see, even more of a reason. This backs up my theory that I swear she's an angel of God, or
Ahora-
she is one of
ahora-
But
God's
listen, but
keepers.
listen, but listen. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, wait, first of all, and in my head, I'm like,
Ew.
who the fuck came to my room?
Your mom, secretly.
I don't know.
She sent God.
I don't know.
Secretly.
Give me this phone.
No,
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 no, no, no, no, no, no,
no.
no,
I'm
no, no,
trying
no,
to
no,
check
no, no, no.
if I can play something from here to your
No.
computer. What is your YouTube?
You don't even know. How the fuck would she know? And it's not under my name. If anything, she would have put it
No.
on the screen. That's my thing. Yeah, I was playing
Oh,
YouTube,
got it. 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 Got it.
so
Now
that's
even
that
okay.
that's a theory that we were thinking about too. Like, oh, maybe she put it through her phone or something, but it's through the PC, and she's not a tech savvy to even know how to do that. She constantly asks me how can she turn on Google with YouTube and stuff like that. So how would she put a video on my computer? That's the thing.
She sent God to go and look
If she
over
would
you.
have done it, she would have done it on my TV. That would have been more
Eh,
understanding. I'm like, what the fuck? But then I would have like caught it. I was like, all right, because the name on my Chrome, right? It's baby room, as in like me. I'm the youngest. I'm the baby, right? Baby room, right?
Yeah.
And so that happened, and then the whole time I'm like, who the fuck came to my room? I'm like, I went to the bathroom, but before all of this electricity and religious talk, nothing had happened. I was still taking a dump. Now, that happened yesterday, and I'm like, what the fuck? And my Johnny and I, we were talking about it, and and he was telling me about do you remember what you were telling me?
Not immediate. Oh
That's
yes,
concerning.
I was telling you that I don't know. I mean, if it happened to me, and and I've been
It's my turtles.
I
and
heard.
I've been and I've been
I was about to choke on my
and I've been
yawn.
down,
I don't even know if that's
and
possible.
I've been down, and I've been feeling, I don't know, odd or weird, and that happened, bro. I will fucking make my church, and I'll be the priest of my church,
But yours
because
was long
that's
overdue,
like,
though.
Hmm?
Yours was long overdue. Even before this experience, the second that you felt like an energy here that is not normal, you should have gone.
I mean, again, everybody ever, as I was telling my mom, you know, when because I've been dealing with situations, and I always went to God and say, hey, listen, I need you more than ever, and this and that and that. But the sad part is that most of us, we reach God when we need Him, not when we don't and we're happy. We don't give thanks for what we have. We always ask, ask, ask. And again, for you, I just want to see it, and I want to see that even though even though you don't go to church, even though you're not religious, even though that, just that you know that He's watching, and he's looking after you.
See,
And again, that's something that you have to have in mind. And if I was you, I would tell my mom, just so she could have peace of mind, because
no, because you know why? Because if I tell her that, she's gonna be like, you see, this is what I'm telling you. You need to go to church. You need to go to church.
But it's still your decision if you go or not.
No, I know. I totally agree on that. Now, but this is my thing, right? Um, I believe, as in, if the day comes, I die, I meet my maker, whatever, and if he tells me, right, he judges me for all of my sins and whatnot, I feel that he's gonna be a chill guy. He'll understand why I did
por tu conveniencia,
things.
obviamente.
Yes, I feel like, when they say it's never too late,
It's never too late.
right? So I feel like even on my deathbed, that could be the last day where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna turn religious or whatnot, right?
Yeah, but that's not fair.
In my head, I'm like, okay, at least he'll understand why I did certain things or why I did what I did,
But he already
right?
knows that.
Exactly.
by you saying and planning out on your deathbed, or basically
Yeah, like that.
planning out
Yeah,
on your
yeah.
deathbed that you're
Listen,
gonna turn religious, that's the
listen.
cheat code.
My guy.
God, if you're chill, you know that this ain't gonna fly with
You
you.
got me right, homie.
I feel that's not fair. I feel that,
It
to be
isn't.
honest, I feel that I would just.
There's people
You
that
need to go to church.
there's people that convert on their last day.
Okay, but
I
you're
don't
not
think.
those people.
I don't
If
think.
they jump off a bridge, you will follow them.
I don't think.
Just because people go to church, you're gonna go to church?
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about
I can
you.
ask the same thing. I can ask you. Just because there's people that don't believe in God,
so I feel
you're
like
gonna be saved?
that argument is it's pointless because we could go back and forth for that one.
I'm just saying what I'm thinking.
Yes.
And honestly, if that would happen to me,
You will go to church.
I would at least talk to him. I don't really go. If you don't want to go to church, okay, you don't want to go to church. But at least I will talk to him and tell him, listen, I will thank him for everything you have. You will thank him for what happened, and if it was really him, thank him, and and see how you feel after that. And if you feel fine and you feel nice and you feel peaceful or whatever, I truly consider to just go to church at least once. Because again, it's not fair for you to say, hey, so I'm just gonna wait till I'm in trouble.
of this and you just do that.
I'm just gonna fair, I'm just going to wait till I'm in trouble so I can go in and talk to you.
Yeah, because that's also not fair.
Because I think that again, nobody's going to force you, right? But it's a thing that a lot of people that I mean, you should think about it, like why a lot of people convert. Why does a lot? Maybe it's something. Maybe it's real. Maybe the feeling is real. So why not? Let's see what happens. It has never happened to me. Something like what happened to you has never happened to me. Never. And honestly, if it happened to me, I would cry. I will cry because again, it's I'm not doing good. I'm not doing the best. I'm not doing the worst. But I'm not doing the best, and I want to feel better. And if something like that happens to me,
I mean,
I
honestly,
honestly fucking cry.
this hasn't really been the first time that's happened. Honestly,
So you had your computer play religious music?
not religious music per se, but there was a time that like I would constantly be getting religious ads for no reason. Religious
Yo,
ads.
you know what I imagine?
Those ads are like
I imagine God diciéndole, hijo, escúchame.
Con más razón.
I'm giving you so many
Te
signs.
estoy dando tantas señales. Escúchame. Y él está así, agarrado de sus pelos. Escúchame.
So left or right? It needs on both. I'll take the one in the middle.
I don't know. I feel that I would do that. And I was
You
telling him,
need to go to
of
church
course,
too.
100%. I was telling him a few hours ago. I was telling him like it's a really nice thing. It's a really nice thing that you happen because it means I will take it like that. I will take it that it means that he's watching after you, and it's
Yeah.
never too late.
Because then there's some people that have been asking for signs and they don't get them.
There's a lot of people that have
Like
asked.
myself. I've asked for signs, multiple signs.
He sent you a religious, semi-religious person.
Semi-religious.
I'm not talking about God, but we have our
13th reason?
we have our beloved family members that pass away.
It's there.
And whenever they pass away, I always ask, just give me a sign that you're there. Never gotten a sign. Never.
Well, let's be honest. Sometimes God sends you what you need, and not what you want.
Exactly. So in a way, in the beginning, in the couple
Or
years
maybe
when he
he
passed
sends
away,
you what you want, but in a way that you need.
A different way. Yeah, exactly.
but still, I would like
I mean, if you
a
ask for
familiar
strength, he's not going to
way.
give you strength. He's just going to put you to tests to
That's
build
not what I'm asking
that
for,
strength.
though. I just
No, but
want like something.
that's true.
I would like. Okay, yes, I understand that.
I mean, if you ask for money, he's not going to give you money. He's going to give you the tools that you
Opportunities to
need to make money.
I understand. But what I'm saying is
Saying I'm not even
simple
religious.
things that only I would know. You know what I mean? Like yesterday. Only people that would know about the conversation that was had in the living room was us. And then you came here and you saw literally a video playing music about literally what your mom said. I would like a sign or two about something familiar that only me and him would know. But
But wouldn't
if it
but
doesn't
don't you
happen,
think that?
it hasn't happened, and if it doesn't happen, then it's fine.
But don't
I've
you
lived
just
with it. I still am not over it, so I mean, I'll
but don't you
gotta
just think
switch
that
to it.
maybe it could just also be coincidence?
What, that he's not showing me?
No, when
What happened?
yeah, what
Yesterday?
happened or when you ask for a sign and if you get a sign, couldn't that also be just part of a slight coincidence?
No, because this is a thing, and you just said it. And you didn't ask for a sign. He said Davino. I'm asking for a sign, and I haven't gotten it.
Maybe you're just
So
not
now, si de verdad,
maybe you're just not ready for that sign. It's still not your time.
I don't know.
I mean,
So what I'm
whatever the
saying is,
case, you got a sign. Just right after we're talking about religion, and again, if this happened to me, this happened to a religious person, that will be the best thing that ever happened.
that's the Batman signal.
That's the best thing, because again, how I'm taking it is that again, he's looking after you, he's taking care of you, and it's never too late. And honestly, if I was you, I would go to church or at least talk to him. You know, hey God, I'm sorry that I have not reached to you. Thank you for everything. Um, you know, thank you for what you have given me, my health, and this and that. I understand that I will get what I need, and just let's see how you feel after that. If you don't want to do it, that's fine too. You know. But again, if I was you, I'll definitely do
Well, that's what happened yesterday.
it. Yep. That's crazy, you know? How life works. It's crazy how everything goes into place and when you don't expect it, shit happens.
No, it's crazy when yeah, basically, coincidence like that happen.
Maybe
It's
it's true
crazy.
what they say. Maybe God
You
does
know
have
that they
its
give you
favorites.
signs. Igual no vas a ir. Like that.
It's like maybe God does have its favorites.
And it sucks that those favorites ni le hacen caso.
I mean, at least he has his favorites.
I mean, I feel that God works in very, very
Mysterious
mysterious.
ways. Like I said, maybe your time still hasn't come yet. Maybe
I'm at peace
even
with it.
though
I'm not.
I
even
mean,
though
It is
like
what it
you've asked
is.
for maybe
I have not received a clear sign, right? But I feel that honestly, what I feel is that God knew that I was going through all the situation, my accident, for example. God knew that I was going to go through it, and He knew that I wouldn't be able to go through it by myself. And honestly, I believe that God sent you to be with me.
I was already with you before
And
that.
no, yes, exactly. That's how it is.
he
The
believes that he
I believe
prepared you and
that
brought you before.
you that you were sent from God to help me through my situation. That's what I believe. And again, we don't get clear messages, but somehow everything works out, and things happen. But again, I think you were one of the lucky ones, and I will take it like that.
You should go.
Maybe what
Just
if
mira. There's things that speed masses, right? Like 15, 30 minute masses.
what the fuck?
Yes.
That's a speed one? That's a speed run? Like you're giving me cliff notes? After cliff notes?
Craigslist.
what
I
the
think, I don't
fuck?
know, but I remember that when I was in Catholic school, we used to do speed masses, or there was a thing
Straight to
where
the
like
point. I
you
like
can
it.
go 15. Basically, just go real quick, or
It's like
go
it's
confess yourself
it's
at
like-
least.
He can't.
Why not?
Yeah, he has. What did we said that we don't have
you need to do your
the first communion?
confirmation. Yeah.
Okay, well then,
I'm just baptized.
listen. You have two choices:
No, I don't.
go to church and say, "Hey God, I know you're with me. Thank you for making me feel safe." Once, and that's it. Or not go and deal with it and let the dark energy consume you. You know?
I like
Guys, it's 2:30.
I like
and
the way
it's
that you
very
think.
late. And again,
Go to sleep, Grandpa. Go to sleep.
Hey,
Are you tired?
he's saying it because of me. I'm exhausted.
And I'm saying it because of you.
I'm not grandpa.
Oh, Grandma, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Well, yeah. Vete con él. You should go with him.
I'm happy to go.
Oh, boy.
Apparently go.
¿Qué?
He thought I was saying like vete con Dios.
Oh,
Chill.
No, I'm saying go with him.
Not too
No,
soon. Not too
listen.
soon.
Because honestly, again, I don't know if it's just me, and I'm pretty sure you, at least you know what I'm talking about. Your mom, in a way, I do feel like what she says is right. Just because, again, she has energy. She has very, very good positive energy. Anytime that you see her, I don't know, you guys are biased. That's your mom. But for me, I would also say
She
it
always
to
has
not
good
even be
energy.
biased. Like for me, like I would like regardless of her being my suegra, I'll tell you. I'll tell you without me like if it's true or not. But I feel there's so many people around her and the stories that she has said that people like, yo, I wanted to come up to you and just I felt the need to give you a hug. Or hey, like I
Isn't
feel
that
like I
just
need to tell
weird
you
though?
this.
I feel like that's
Exactly.
in
And
my
I feel
in
like
my
that's
face.
just all because of
In my head, I
energy.
feel like that's
You
just
have good
weird.
positive energy that people want
Like
that. Now,
no, but you know what's crazy though?
no, hold on.
There's
But
people that
like
say
this is
that
why I feel like
it's the
your mom,
opposite.
what she says, there's some truth to it. Like I honestly feel like when hopefully it doesn't happen in a long time, but when she passes away, she's gonna be right next to God. I honestly do believe that. I do believe that. Now, when she said about what, no, when he said about his dream, that's when I started having an almost an anxiety attack.